You today is a quick creatine hack that I do from time to time. I usually take creatine year round. I don't really come off of it. The past few weeks I did like dialed in my nutrition. I cut out a lot of processed foods, caffeine, supplements. So I pretty much did like a detox. I mean, I wasn't not eating, but I was watching my carbs. My carbs were really low. I was focused on healthy fats and protein. No creatine. And just trying to keep it really clean for the past few weeks. Now that I'm done with the detox, I feel pretty good. I'm going back with the supplements. What I want to show you today is how to load creatine. This is the way that I load it. I mean, I'm sure there's other ways you could do it. But I got this out of this book, The New High Intensity Training, or The New HIT by Dr. Darden. It's a great book if you're into HIT training. I know a lot of people are like not into this type of training, but not high intensity interval training. High intensity training. It's a form of lifting. But anyway, his creatine loading procedure, which I'm going to share with you today, is pretty spot on. It's pretty awesome. But I will say this: it involves a few things that you're not used to using. So, a lot of times we take creatine by itself, or we take it in our pre-workouts. But if you notice in the pre-workout powder, a lot of times it doesn't have enough creatine in there. 1 gram, 3 grams. Usually, you should shoot for 5 to 10. That's my opinion. But when you're loading, when you haven't had it in a while and you want to load it back into your muscles, you're supposed to take more. I know a lot of people don't like to load the creatine, but I do. Just how I do it. I mean, I don't really care how you do it, but I'm going to share with you how I do it. So you need a few things. You need a gallon of water. This is a little less than a gallon. It's a little bit less, but I like this one because the handle's better and it's got a screw cap. Sometimes I carry the other gallons around and I put it down and drop it, and the cap flies off and it spills everywhere. So this one has a screw cap. It's a little less than a gallon, but we'll make do. You need some table sugar. I got this giant one. I don't know when else I'm going to use it. And then you need your creatine. Super important when you buy creatine. When you look at your pre-workout, so let's say you base most of your creatine off your pre-workout powder, you have to make sure that the ingredients say Creapure. Okay? See, it says it right here. Sometimes it says it up by where it says creatine monohydrate. It's like Creapure, but to me, that in my opinion, that's the best creatine monohydrate that's available today. Don't get caught up with the fancy names of creatine, the different forms. This is the most studied kind. Creatine monohydrate is the most studied, and it gives you the most bang for your buck. People frown upon the water retention that they get with the creatine, but you have to look at it like this. That actually helps you. Okay. Why would you want to get rid of the water retention when that's what ultimately volumizes the muscles, and allows you to pull more nutrients into the muscles and get you a better pump as well. Because the pump, a lot of it is due to water, right? So this is the creatine that I use. It's by Universal, but you can buy Creapure. Other brands make Creapure as well. But I'll link this up for you guys so you can get some of this if you want it. The other thing that I wanted to say about creatine is when it comes to the water retention that people frown upon. A lot of times it's fat guys who think that they're holding water, but they're really overweight. So if you're really lean, if you get really lean and you take creatine monohydrate, you're not going to get puffy from it. The water sits inside your muscles. Okay. All right. So that being said, so you need your gallon of water, you need your creatine, you need your table sugar. Now, what you're going to do is, now people are probably wondering how I'm going to get this into here. It's all about the paper funnel. You know you're a G if you're using a paper funnel to put protein in water bottles and that sort of thing. So I'll show you how to do this real quick. So you just get a piece of paper and you kind of roll it onto a triangle like that. Okay? Got your paper funnel. Well, I probably should have opened this before, huh? And as far as the sugar goes, just stab it with a pen. As far as the sugar goes, according to Darden's book, he says take about a half a cup of sugar, 104 grams of sugar. Half a cup is about 100 grams of sugar, which is fine. Apply my measuring scoop here. I'm going to measure out about a half a cup of sugar, table sugar. It's a little more, but that's all right. Put the paper funnel in the water, just like that, and pour it in. All right. So now you got to give or take about 100 grams of sugar. Get the creatine, or getting ready for you to put your creatine in. I'm making a hell of a mess here. All right, next thing is the creatine. Now, probably wondering how much creatine to use. He recommends if you're under 190 pounds for 20 grams. So 5 grams is 1 teaspoon. All right. If you're between 190 and I believe 220, yeah, he says use 25 grams. And if you're above 220, you would use 30 grams. Okay. So I'm going to use 25 because I'm about 200 pounds. So I don't have a teaspoon. I measured out how much this is for 5 grams, so we're just going to do that. All right. 1, 2. This scoop's 7.5 to be 25 grams. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.5. Perfect. 25 grams for creatine. I'm going to seal it up. Shake it up. All right. Shake it up really good. Make sure the sugar dissolves. Make sure the creatine dissolves. Now, this is super important. What you're going to do is you're going to sip on this throughout the day. All right. Shake it up as needed, but sip on it throughout the day. He recommends doing it for 14 days. So that's what I'm going to do. We'll see how I feel around the week mark. But this is super important. Now this is essentially sugar water, right? You guys saw me pour sugar into this container. This is sugar water. So you have to account for this in your macros. So if you are following a specific diet that involves a certain amount of carbs, like right now, coming off of this detox that I just did, I'm taking in about 350 to 370 grams of carbs a day. Clean carbs, all from rice. And I had to do the math and subtract this from my daily carb intake. All right. So this is about 100 grams of carbs here in this container. So ultimately, I'm sipping on this throughout the day. The idea is to finish this, but you also want to make sure that you are accounting for this in your daily macro count. So instead of taking 370 of carbs, I'm taking 270. So split up between my 5 meals for the day, I'm taking 270 grams of carbs and this, which puts me at 370. Super important. You do not want to add sugar water on top of your macros. You understand? You want to make sure you do the math. Figure out how many grams of carbs you're eating. Subtract 100 from that. Subtract 100 grams from that. And then split up your meals however you split them up. Whether it's 3 meals a day, 5 meals a day, 6 meals a day. Split them up however you want. But make sure you account for the calories in this. Because then that will keep you at your calorie level that you're supposed to be at and not give you 100 extra grams of carbs. If you're measuring out what you're supposed to eat and you add 100 grams of sugar water, it's not the best idea. So that's pretty much it, guys. So real simple, okay? Sip on this throughout the day. Again, he says up to 14 days. He says do 14 days, 2 weeks. I'll do 7 days, see where I'm at. If I like it, I'll keep going. But that's pretty much it. That's pretty much how I load creatine. And make sure. Now, if you're somebody that's overweight and needs to lose body fat, and you're going, you are already on some carb heavy diet, I would change the diet up first and then look to do this. I wouldn't do this right now. If you don't care what your body fat level is, it's a good way to load creatine. Okay, but that's all I got, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. What I want you to do is subscribe to the channel. A lot of free information going up for guys who want to get stronger and bigger and and leaner as well. Make sure you comment down below. Let me know if you're struggling with anything. If there's any way I can help you, I'll be more than happy to shoot a video based on your comments. And last thing is I'll put a free gift on the right side of the screen. Just my way of saying thank you for watching my stuff and being interactive and being awesome. And last but not least, go to my blog, jerseybeast.tv. A lot of free information for lifting up on that channel. Basically how I lift, how I train, things I've seen and changes I've made in the past to help me get bigger and stronger. Through injuries, through getting older, it's not always easy. So I know that, and I want to share that information with you guys as well. A ton of free information up there, jerseybeast.tv. Until the next video, guys, I'll see you in the gym.